Sooner Scoop HD.
First and foremost, what was the message to the team afterwards? No, it has to be frustrating tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's in our fourth game that we've come down to the last drive of the game, and we weren't. There's a lot of inefficiency within the game. We had plenty of opportunity to win the game, and we came up short. So it's disappointing. You know, it's incredibly disappointing. Lots of plays, lots of situations, lots of opportunity, you know, to make plays or be more efficient, be on the right side of it. And again, started the game great. Thought again our guys came out prepared and did a great job going up and down the field. Defense did a great job. I think their four first drives were fumble and 3 punts. We had a turnover on downs, but we had 2 touchdowns and a field goal, and then answered with another touchdown. And then we went through the second quarter and the first part of the third quarter. They scored 4 touchdowns to our 1 field goal, or 4 touchdowns and a field goal, and we scored 1 touchdown. And we got 2 punts and 2 turnovers on downs and an interception to give them an opportunity to come back in the game. But again, proud of our guys, how they continue to battle, man. They didn't play great at times, didn't coach great at times, but man, our guys kept battling. And then we had a gazillion opportunities there to win the game late. And again, I thought our offense, again, they had a couple of drives, you know, at the most critical times where they made a bunch of great plays. Thought Dylan played out of his mind, and Theo, Marvin, Drake, Braden, E.G. I thought the offensive line did some really good things. And again, the defense came back and battled back, and just again had the 13-play, 50-yard drive. I thought their quarterback, and they did a great job of executing, finding the plays within a couple of those drives where they executed at the most critical moment. And we didn't tackle great. I thought the whole opportunity for Tech to get back in the game was related to the run game, and at least 4 different times when we've got to leverage the ball, as opposed to, we have a call where we've got to turn the ball back inside. The first edge player has to turn the ball back inside, and we at least 4 times didn't do that. And so as these offenses go, they're able to get into a rhythm and get a first down and get you on your heels. And it's a lot harder to play defense that way. So didn't coach or play good enough today. Our guys fought their guts out, and just disappointed we couldn't do more to help them.
Thanks, Coach.
Mm-hmm. Questions? Brent, was the field goal at the end, was it close enough, or did you have the opportunity to ask him for a review? It seemed like they got the ball off, they turned it around and started the possession immediately.
Yeah, he said that it's not reviewable.
Not reviewable.
Right.
What did you think from where you were?
I don't know. It's hard. I'm at a bad angle, but it looked pretty good to me. It's hard to see from that angle. Didn't see a replay.
Brent, you were in control of that game until about the 6:28 mark of the second quarter. What happened to you?
Yeah, it's run game. It's all run game, because I look at it on defense. I know the offense scored. I think they had a 1-play, 77-yard drive, and then we had an interception. We had a punt, and we punted before the touchdown. So we picked a bad time not to compliment one another. First quarter plus was excellent, and the wheels fell off. And I look at, again, they go 11-play, 75-yard touchdown drive, and they come back and punt, and then we go touchdown, field goal. And I thought we did a really poor job as a staff on 2 of those drives. We did a poor job on P and 10 in those drives a couple of times at not leveraging the ball and just letting them circle the defense on some where we have, again, calls where we got to get the ball turned back inside. We didn't play with the discipline that it takes to, and again, that offense, when you let them get going, having some success early on in the drive, it's tough. And so to me, it was all run game on defense. And again, we've got to be, again, more efficient. First part of the third quarter, 2 of the first 3 drives, we turned the ball over, on downs. Had the touchdown drive, I think maybe a 3-play, 75-yard drive, one of those first 3 drives of the second half. And then it was kind of a battling back and forth, and our offense got really hot, and the defense did a few good things. For their last drives, they go punt, interception. They had the touchdown drive, and then 15-play, or 13-play, where they tie it up, with a field goal. And there's lots of opportunities, plays within the drive that we just couldn't, get in the right spot or, make the right call. Or I thought they did a good job. Some of that is, it's them too. They're executing, and then you ice the kicker and you get it blocked. But you create that. You create luck too. That's part of it too.
Brent, put your finger on why this team is so undisciplined all season.
Now, I don't know. It goes back to coaching. I think that's where it starts. We have moments where we have great discipline and moments where we're not. We're just very inconsistent. And, to me, it goes back to coaching. So that's where it starts. And then, players got to decide they're going to, in those moments of pressure, we got to be, have the kind of discipline that you got to have to execute and to win. It's a game of execution. And it's a game of, again, discipline. So, obviously, got to do a better job coaching.
When you guys got the lead, knowing that has happened before, you've given leads back, was there any kind of special, like this happened previous game, or, hey, remember when this happened, or?
It was really,
kind of
hey, let's
guarding
focus
against
on this
that?
next play. Let's focus on this. We can win the game.
Maybe, not to the players, but just to yourself, like guarding against them, like last time
No,
this happened,
just
so I have
try to help them and find, create belief and create edge and create confidence, all those things in the moment. Not wandering, about the past, being in the present and in the moment.
Brent, Dylan missed the play in overtime there after that hit.
Excuse me?
Dylan missed the play there in overtime after that hit. I know it all happened fast, but what, if any, conversations did you have with him when he was on the sideline, and what does it say about his toughness to get back out there after just one play?
Yeah, no, he was ready to go back in right after it happened, but you have to sit out a play. You can't use a timeout to put him back in. So he said he was good to go.
Brent, how do you plan to evaluate you talk about discipline and different things that didn't go right for you this season overall. How do you plan to evaluate those things when you're looking toward changes in the future? Is that a quick timeline for you? Do you wait, till after the bowl game? Or?
A quick timeline? I don't think any of it happens quickly. There's a million things that you got to do at once. At some point in time, we'll evaluate everything, but everything has its time, and so don't have a calendar schedule of how where all those things that you're talking about, all that fits, but it'll all have its time as you evaluate the season, and as we know, we're not done right now, so looking at things that we do have on the calendar that we've got to address right away the first part of this week, and we'll do that.
Brent, this will be a difficult question, I think, to answer, but the missed opportunities is clearly what cost you this game and lots of others. How do you address that? How do you address that movement?
Yeah, you address every opportunity as its own. What happened? What was the breakdown? What led to that? And there's accountability. You fix things that are fixable, and you learn from things as well. And you got to grow guys up, and you got to learn as a staff, all of it. it's hard just to give one particular, broad answer, for that. But there'll be an opportunity where you go back and self-scout and see, what was good, what wasn't. And then again, every single game, you're pre and post game, you're evaluating all of it. The things you did well, what didn't go well, why didn't it go well, why did it go well. You're constantly doing that through loss and through victory, both.
Brent, you guys have lost 4 games by one score. And in those, it seemed like you had the lead or been within striking distance and something's gone wrong and everything just kind of avalanches down on you guys. In those games, have you got a sense of, or have you noticed kind of a pattern with some of the players or anything that you've seen that maybe it's fixable, maybe not fixable?
Well, I don't necessarily look at it as an avalanche. We had a period where we both played really, really well. They had a period where they played well. They had a period where they didn't play well. And, and then it went back and forth till the very end. And, they made the plays that they needed to make, And so our guys fought and swung and performed and executed. And then there was times where we didn't, So, I don't think avalanche isn't the word I would use. We went 3 straight, drives where we scored. And and then we missed the field goal there, at the end, that looked pretty good.
One of those drives, though, was after CJ's interception there late. How big was that not to be able to, whether it's go score a touchdown there or just get some first downs and take some time off the clock?
Yeah, again, it was not a good drive. 4 plays, 8 yards. Was not a good drive, at all. And and then they get the ball back and they mold it for 13 plays. They're able to. Again, I thought they put together a good drive. We had opportunities within that drive and come up with a stop. On 3rd down, and they kicked the field goal. Again, they missed the first one. We block it. And, we called the timeout. And so you look at all of it for what actually happened, instead of sometimes it's easy to look at just the end result, but there's a story behind all of it. And not every drive or every moment or every game is the same. It's not all the same. It's not all the same issue, if you will. And sometimes the other team, they executed and we didn't, So.
I think this was your first time as a head coach to have the opportunity to ice a kicker. Is that something you've, as an assistant coach, is this something you've always thought was a good idea? I can't wait to get my shot to try that, or I don't like that, or where'd that come from?
To ice them?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think
some people do, some people don't. I just wonder.
Yeah, no, I thought, again, there's an opportunity to get him to think about it. He hadn't been great on the day as far as the field goal, so thought there was an opportunity to try to get in his head. It's a pressure moment. It's a big kick. We blocked the first one.
Brent, you were asked earlier this week about opting out, guys maybe in the portal these next few weeks. What do you see as your role in that, and how do you manage that process as you prepare for a bowl game and you guys have decisions of their own?
Yeah, you have a lot going on at once, and there'll be players that have an opportunity to, they have system is set up in such a way where they have opportunities to evaluate what they want to do, and we'll have conversations with guys both ways, so we'll address that in the next several days and respond to the ones that we need to when they happen, and so that part will inevitably happen.
What did you think of your special teams tonight? The kick returns and some of the things that happened there.
Yeah, did not think we played great, obviously. Missed a field goal, didn't execute the fake, gave up a big kickoff return, had a penalty on a good return by Marvin, had a holding penalty, incredibly inconsistent. We had some other good plays, but it's been a unit that's performed really well all year, and tonight I did not think that we executed on, a number of plays very well.
Sooner Scoop HD.